Coach, one more non-conference game before Michigan. Are you pleased with where the team is at, heading into Big Ten play, and how do you utilize that kind of unusual week-long break?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with where we're at. I don't know if coach is ever happy, like of where I think we can be better in certain things. I think we've shown growth in certain areas. I think we still have to get better in certain areas, but this is a time of the year that you're doing that. You look at teams across the country, this is a time to get better and to learn from some of these early tests. So, it'll be a good one for us against Northern Kentucky, and then we have a couple days and we're right into Michigan. So. Got a little bit of time here before our next game where, hopefully we can use it like we did last week. I thought last week was great for us, having a week of practice. I don't think the players probably liked it, but, we really worked, and that's what we got to do right now. So, yes and no. I still think, though, we're still need more reps and practice time and games together. Just because we haven't all been together, Yeah, last game, was our first game with everyone dressed. So today was our second one. So we'll keep getting better.
Coach, you referenced multiple times just how much you consider Adalia to be an X factor for this team. Why is she that type of player for you guys, do you feel like?
Her energy, her energy, her intensity. She just has you look at her, right? She just kind of just joy comes out of her, and not many people have that, where it's just positivity overflowing with her. And she, I love that kid to death, and there's no one I'm probably yell at more than Adalia, because I know what she's capable of being, and push her, and she just takes it because she's a sponge. She wants to be great, and that's from the first conversation I think that I ever had with her. She said, I will, I want to win Big Ten championships. I'll do whatever you need me to do. And she has done that day in and day out. And for the last 3 weeks, she struggled early. She struggled. She wasn't, I'm like, this isn't the same Dell that we're used to last year. And from the last 3 weeks, she has been absolutely amazing, energy high, every day in practice, every game. And when she's like that, everyone feeds off her. She sets a tone for us just from an energy factor. So to see her, have this success, you're just really happy for her because I know the work she's put in.
Shauna, when you hear those two say what they said, how much does that, I don't want to say validate, but kind of let you know that you guys are trending in the right direction as a program?
I mean, I don't think it validates, because I know the relationship we have. I know our relationship. I know the trust between us, and it's why we do what we do. To hear, some of these kids say some of that stuff. It's not validation. It just is. It makes you feel good, because I feel the same way about them, and I trust them with everything. I love them like they're my own kids, and we go through a lot together. Every single day we go through good, bad. We've seen each other on our worst days, our best days. And to see them have success is what I want, on the floor, and more importantly off the floor. So it's built on relationships, and it's built on, really trusting one another. And I want these guys, I tell them all the time, this is their journey. I want to win, but I want them to win. I get my joy watching them have joy and them have success. So to see them when they're out there playing at that level, that's what this is about.
Did you get a sense tonight that this could be an Adalia night, just because of the defensive responsibility she had, that could get her going pretty early?
I've been feeling really confident, just because, like I said, just how she's been every single day in practice, and even yesterday, I had to say, I haven't had to say anything to her in practice for about 2 weeks. She's just been constant motor, constant energy, defending, just like she said it. She's just been a dog, every day. And yesterday there was one moment I said something to her. She was kind of slacking a little bit. I said something to her, and boom, she bounced right back. And that's when I know that there's been growth, because there were some times last year where maybe the response wasn't that quickly. Maybe she couldn't bounce back that quickly. and she's just been, her mindset, her energy, her ability right now to just execute on both ends is at an elite level. And I'm gonna try not to mess with it. I'm just gonna keep letting her go and doing her thing and keep, you know, keep her in a confident state of mind, because she's playing really, really well right now.
Coach, there was a stretch there where we saw Gretchen Dolan on the floor with 4 starters. Is there anything we can read into that in terms of how you see her role growing?
I mean, she needs to get experience with them, and I trust her that much. I mean, she's a hell of a player, and she'll continue to get better and better with more experience, and it's good for her to play with those guys too. You know, it's because she's going to be playing with them. She's going to have to play with them, and you know, as we go on and Big Ten games, like, she's going to have to play in those. So. No, I wouldn't read into it, but besides, she's going to play, and we need her to.
Now, Adalia talked about just the challenges of doing something you're not as comfortable with and stepping out. Like, how hard is that from your vantage point for a player to kind of do that in a game like this, right, and just kind of continuously build?
Yeah, and she's been working on it. She worked on it last summer. She worked on it this summer, you know, and I've been on her about, you know, you work your butt off all summer. Now season starts. You still got to get in the gym and get those reps up. You need to get reps. All these guys, they got to get, like, for her, I'm like, get on the gun and get reps from 3. And all these guys are getting in so much with their position coaches. And, you know, Dal and I, a couple weeks ago, I worked her out a few times just to kind of because we did it last year some. So they got to get in and get those reps in. So, but a lot of times you want to go to your strengths, right? You want to keep working on. It's the same thing with KB and Hobby. We're working them every day of being able to, you know, to pick and pop. And then I've also been pretty adamant with those guys, telling them, I really want you guys, if you're open, to shoot them now. I want you to shoot them now to get confidence. So now, you know, against Michigan, Dell's not thinking. She's just going to shoot it. So, you know, I've been telling them I'm completely fine, as long as it's within our offense, to shoot those, and hopefully this can spark some confidence and she can continue to hit those. She's capable of doing it. I see it in practice. I see it in the summer. It's just, you know, it's a little bit different when the lights are bright out there in a game.
You kind of reference this, but just, you know, Kendall having a guard more on the perimeter, you know, with the way they play the 5 out, what, you know, how much can that benefit your team? And is that maybe something you look at from a non-conference matchup whenever, you know, you're scheduling someone to kind of get a different look for your team?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's like that a lot against some of these, you know, these low major, mid-major teams where they're playing pretty much 4 guards. Sometimes, they're almost playing 5 guards. You know, even tonight it was pretty much 5 guards. So I think that it's good. Those are good looks for us. And again, in a situation like this, for KB and even Hobby to get some, and Bryn and Shay too, to get some experience and, you know, hopefully have a little success against this, to give you some confidence, because there's a lot of teams in our league that, you know, they play a more athletic 4 player, and if KB's going to be at the 4, that's always my question. If we're going to go big, can our 4 guard the other 4? I'm not worried about the offense. The offense will be an advantage to us. I'm worried about the defensive matchup. So hopefully it'll lead, you know, just getting those reps in, and hopefully they'll really, really help us, because again, KB didn't have to play 4 last year. So a lot of this is new for her, and I think she's done a really good job with it.
You guys shot 89% from the free throw line tonight. What do you make of that consistency tonight? And do you put any emphasis? How much of an emphasis do you put on that in practice?
Yeah, we shoot them every day in practice. You know, and every day we're pretty much 85% or higher. So a couple of those games early when we didn't shoot it well, I was shocked, because we make them all the time in practice. So, you know, free throws, they're all mental. It's a mindset, it's confidence. You know, I know that as a player, and I know it now as a coach. Like, you can make them all in practice, but you got to go up there and you got to, you know, tell yourself that thing's going in. It's the confidence piece, it's a mindset. And I'm really proud of us, because we've been shooting it really well the last couple games, and we've also been getting to the free throw line a lot, which is something that's really important for us. So we got to continue that trend.
Coach, we see the women being very vocal on the court, especially Shay and Adalia. How important is that for the ladies to communicate and just be in sync overall on the court?
It's the most important thing that we do. If they don't talk, believe me, I talk about talking more than I talk about anything. And I get sick of talking about talking because when we don't do it. So if you're not talking, you're probably gonna be sitting next to me. So they end up talking. So it's very important.
When you have someone like Shay who goes 1 for 6 from the field but has 7 rebounds, including 2 in the offensive glass, how big of an emphasis do you put on finding ways to make an impact even if maybe your shot isn't falling?
As we just talked about that in the locker room, and I talk about it all the time. Make an impact. Find a way to make an impact. Everyone now, right? Everyone thinks. First thing that someone asks you after a game, or a parent will ask, what do they ask? How many points did you score? Like, no, it's not about that. How did you impact the game? And if you do that defending, if you do that rebounding, if you do that diving on the floor for loose balls, if you do that from the bench, just being the best teammate and the loudest person cheering for your teammates from the bench, then you have impacted the game. And we talk about it nonstop. In fact, I just talked about it yesterday to them. I talked about it after our last game. That is our culture. And when they're not doing it, it's my job as a leader to get them to do that. So it's critical.
We only saw about 15 minutes from Bryn tonight. Is there any specific reason for that? And like, what do you want to see more of from her going forward?
Yeah, there's no, pretty much everyone kind of played 15, 16 minutes. So there was very, very even. Only Jen and Makira played 30. Otherwise, everyone's in the low 20s to 15. So, there's nothing. Bryn's been doing what she needs to do just with all these guys, especially our 4s and our 5s, rebound. Her shots are gonna go. She only took 3, so she just needs a rebound so then she can manufacture more things for us. But that's not just Bryn, that's every single person we're constantly talking about. So especially in that position, we need those guys to rebound at a high level.
Some of the full court stuff you guys did defensively, stuff you're working on, adding more, and then if so, like what can that do for you guys?
We've done it now. We did it against Canisius, pretty much the full game. We did it here, and I pulled it off on the 4th, but it's kind of that fine line. That's why I was playing, I know we're up, but we still, I'm kind of caught in that area, but we still need to get our guys minutes, right? And Makira hasn't played, they haven't played together, so I'm like, I know we're up 30. I don't want anyone to get an injury, but we need reps, we need game reps. So same thing kind of to go to, our defense. We've something new we put in this year and did it the last couple games. I think we could do it here and there. I don't know if we can do it for 40 minutes against a Big Ten team, but just something where we're trying to manufacture some turnovers because we're not a turnover forcing team. You guys know our defense. But maybe something where we can steal a possession here or there and steal 4 points even, 4 to 6 points a game. So they like it. Even tonight, I told them that we weren't playing it. And I said, actually, it's on you guys. If you guys talk about it, if you want to, this is like in the 4th or in the 3rd, I said, if you guys want to play it, it's on you. And I looked out and they're playing it. So that's what I like to see, that they're bought into it, that they want to play because it takes a lot of energy and it takes hard work. So we'll see. We'll see if it makes any difference, if it's effective at all in the Big Ten. I hope it is, but we'll ask me after Michigan and we'll see.